Hi, everybody.
Hey, you guys.
Welcome to our little tea party we have set up for you.
Exactly, I love it. It's perfect. What do we have here?
We've got like amazing little, look at that. It's like the prettiest tart I've ever seen.
See, in London, that's what they give you. They
This
make
is
sure
what
that
they do.
you know, it's tea time.
Some flowers for me.
That's you.
I really want some tea.
Wait, is that a roast beef sandwich too? Okay, see, they know how to do
There
it.
are sliders and everything.
No, just show.
my
We're going
God.
to do a little Facebook
Yeah.
live chat, right? I guess so, because it is Facebook.
Yeah, it's Facebook. So we're going to chat to you. You got some questions here for us, and I know we don't have a lot of time, so we
Yep.
probably should
Yeah.
get into it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, I have some questions. Should we
Wait,
start?
yeah, let's start with
Okay, good.
some for you and I. Okay. What would be your go-to weapon in a real-life zombie attack and why? From Christina Doyle in Bristol, Tennessee, USA.
You know what? I really wish, okay, I saw this question before and I thought I should think about
no.
something and I didn't think about it. So I'm like the worst. So I think I feel like.
You're lazy, that's what
I'm
that
lazy.
is.
I'm lazy. I'm totally, I didn't think about it. I feel like it would be something, my go-to weapon.
I know what mine would be.
What was yours?
Mine would be the butterfly knife.
Really?
Because Alycia begins season 2 by picking a butterfly knife out of Jack Kipling's back pocket. It was just a little detail in there. And so she's still got it with her. It's around and about, and I've become quite obsessed on set. Have you seen me? You've seen me playing with it.
I've seen you play with
because
it.
the stunt guys taught me a couple of tricks.
You're actually oddly really good at it.
I know.
And
It's like my weird secret skill.
It
Not
scares
so
me.
secret.
It would scare me a little bit now. Mine would be a hatchet.
What is that?
A hatchet. It's like like a knife. Maybe it's like a butcher
Oh,
knife.
yeah. I get you.
But it's a
like
butcher knife.
It's like a corn cutter.
A corn cutter.
Like cornfields.
It's like a sickle. Maybe it's
Yeah,
like a sickle.
yeah.
Maybe it's a sickle. That's what mine would be. It would be a sickle.
I
don't
think
know
a
where I get
hatchet and a
sickle
sickle.
from. I don't know the difference. Okay,
Okay.
wait, let's do another.
All right, for Alycia Colman. Okay, you read that.
Okay, Mercedes calls her fans Masonites. I didn't know that. Okay, wait.
I didn't know that.
What nickname would you give your fans? Candy Barreto, de Argentina. What nickname would you call your fans?
Well, I want to think what you would call what yours would be. Cole Mans. You could
Call Mennonites?
Coal Mennonites, but it could be Coal Mans because you could just put like a little apostrophe before the S, and then it would be like your ownership over them anyway, which is kind of weird.
That's weird. That's like little monsters and all. Like, I mean, I don't want to call people little monsters. What about yours?
Coal Humans.
Debnam-Carey.
Mine's
You got two
hard.
names, so what do you do? Debnam.
DCs.
The DC. That's good.
Is it?
The DCs.
The DCs. The DC clan.
Mine would be. I think. Yeah, you're right. Colmanites.
Colmingos.
Colmingos. That's good.
That's cute.
The cool mans. How
Not
about
so
that?
cool.
Not so cool. That was really lame. Sorry about that.
No, I liked it.
Here's another one. What is the one food you'd miss the most in a real zombie apocalypse?
Avocado on toast.
That was from H.B. Watson in the UK. She knows exactly what she would miss.
I would miss that.
I would miss, I think I would miss like Brussels sprouts with like bacon.
Oh, yeah.
Because I love bacon.
I get that. So you'd actually like bacon with like a sprinkling of Brussels sprouts?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
Just bacon then.
How about that one?
What would be your go-to weapon in a real-life zombie attack?
Wait, we did that one. There's 3. That's all. That's
okay. Well, then-
do we have any new live questions, you guys?
Well, yeah.
We do? Okay.
Oh,
there we
well,
go.
we've just gonna... Okay, I've got one for you.
Okay, go for it.
This is from Ash in the UK. Do any behind-the-scenes pranks happen on set?
Usually by Mercedes Mason, yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
always
pranks.
Mercedes.
What does she do? She goes into people's rooms and does things, right? She
Yeah,
moves.
she-
She goes in a person's dressing room and moves everything around.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. She did it to your dressing room.
Yeah, I've been in there before and been like, why are there 10 vases of flowers in here? Like, did
Because
I
she
do this
knows-
in my sleep? Did I steal them from other people's rooms without knowing? But
Yeah.
then she just did that.
So Mercedes is always trying to make people believe that they're going crazy.
Yeah, a little bit, just
Right.
a little bit. It's the subtle things.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Alycia.
Oh yeah.
Do you think Alycia will eventually become a leader of sorts and get much stronger? That's from Fiona in the UK.
Yeah, I do. I think out of anyone, honestly, I actually think Alicia's got the best chance of maybe becoming a future leader of the group. I'm going to put it out there right now.
I kinda
I
think
know
so.
that
Listen,
might
I've
be a
seen you
little...
work, yeah.
Yeah,
I
you've
kinda
seen her
believe
work.
it. No, because because her character is very surprising. It's like, you think here's a young girl in the middle of this apocalypse, but she's like, you're going for broke.
Totally.
Yeah.
I think she's also just discovering herself too. She's, figuring out what her strong characteristics are for this world, and she's malleable still. She's still discovering how she can best, help things out in this world. But I also think she's got some really good skills. Like, she speaks Spanish.
Yeah.
She has some future.
And she's smart.
She's smart. She's really, really smart. And so I think it's hard because she's young, so she's still having to become an adult very, very quickly. But I don't think that stops her at all from potentially being a good leader eventually.
And also, every so often, the sunlight hits her hair in such a way. Your hair is always on point. Your hair game's on point in the show.
Oh, I know.
That, right?
The hairstyles are like...
Just had to shout out that.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
They make it
My
look
sweater game's
way
on
better.
point. My
You
sweater
have
game's on
great
point.
sweater game. Well, no, you've like runway Ralph Lauren looks
Every
every
time
day.
you look at me, you're like, what are you
I'm
wearing
like,
today?
Is that your wardrobe? Are you still...
I'm
What
like,
is that?
he found them. He found the stuff.
I know he found it.
He's like a good taste.
I'm still waiting for you to find like an old suit of yours just lying around, just like put it on at nighttime, stand in it for a little moment.
I think exactly, and then cry. He's like
And then
holding himself.
Totally.
Now, you have my fan. Let's see what it is.
Okay. What can we expect from the second half of season 2? Adam Ola, Hungary.
What you can expect from the second half of season 2 is that once again, there's these fractured families. They're still often this. They're really trying to find which way is the true north right now. Everyone is the people who were family before that they've now been challenged. Everything's been compromised. All the plans that that you may have had. Everyone's trying to secure a new place to live, figure out how to live in this new world, and what the relationships are going to be. Just because you're a mother-daughter one day, maybe maybe you become like teammates in some way, or you become adversaries. You don't know, because that's what we're in the middle of, and that's what we're going to experience throughout the rest of the season. Right?
Yeah, and I think also, our groups become very fractured again in the second half too. And I think it's just interesting to see how, far they can push each other and still like come together again.
And I have one for Alycia.
You're gonna call me Felicia?
Felicia. Her name's Felicia. Bye, Felicia. If you could, hey Felicia.
Hey, Felicia.
Alycia Debnam-Carey. If you could play any other Fear character, who would it be? This is from Talia Toranini in South Africa.
I think Chris.
Chris. I thought you were going to say Strand because I'm right here.
Oh shit.
Oh, that sucks.
No.
Oh, we didn't say anything. Wait. It would be Chris?
Yeah, I think
Why?
so. I mean, now you've pointed it out. You have obviously one of the great characters too.
I'm totally kidding. No, I'm saying maybe because I'm right here. I'm joking.
I'm
totally
serious. I really
there.
mean that. But
It's terrible.
I thought Chris because I think Chris's character is one of the hardest and really interesting. It's a difficult character, and I'm interested in how, people had a very strong reaction when he started to, slip down a bit of a rabbit hole, and mentally unstable, and you didn't know what he was going to do, and having lost so much very quickly, I think people had a very strong opinion that it was in his character in his nature to be like that. But I wonder if it's a lot of how everyone around him forced him sort of into that situation. I don't know, I just think there's so many interesting...
And his character plays with a lot of darkness, actually.
Yes.
He's going into the
but
dark.
innocence too. I think that there's a innate innocence and I mean, Lorenzo plays it so beautifully and wonderfully. But I do think it's one of my favorite characters. Yeah.
And then Strand.
And then Strand.
Well, I would want to play you, Alycia, just so you know. I just want you to know that.
Oh.
And
I mean,
it's not
so
only
does
because
everyone.
you're sitting here either.
That's like everyone there. Hey, we've got a live question. Do you think anything changed between Strand's relationship with Alycia from the start of season 2 to now? Krzia from Poland.
I think so. I think that Strand was looking at Alycia just as a kid. She was sort of, she's just getting in the way, and and how his rules about children, about things like that, and it's like, and if you're going to contribute something, I want you to contribute. Think about what you can contribute to it. This will not be a hand-holding situation. And then I think that actually, little by little, I just think the way the writers have been writing it, the way we've been playing it, is that I find more respect for this young woman, and I see how strong she is, and how more alike to her mother she is, and how, how strong, and how this woman's coming into her own.
Yeah.
And I think that he feels that that's useful, and he can be of use to her in that way too.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, you're one of the first. Strand's one of the first people to actually see Alycia, I think, as an equal, or start to see her as her own entity.
Yeah.
Which is not to be underestimated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
Cool.
Well, should we read that one? Oh,
Yeah.
there's another one. Here we go, you guys. Is the second half of the season going to be darker? Arthur from the UK.
Hey, Arthur from
Hey,
the UK.
Arthur from the UK. You want to answer this? Go on.
I think, yes, it does get darker. It definitely does. Because we've been split up, we're having to interact with some new people that we haven't met yet. Just a little keep an eye out for. And I think also that there are some moments that each of our characters have to now kind of reflect on and deal with personally, and have kind of more of some moments on their own, which is when you're in isolation and solitude, that's when suddenly more darker moments come out. Yeah, we definitely play with some more darkness, for sure. For me, do you want to read it?
Yeah, I'll read it. This is for Alycia. What was the audition process like to get the role as Alycia? That's from Caitlin from Atlanta, Georgia.
Thanks, Caitlin. My audition process was, I basically found out about it from my representatives, and then went up.
Was it a long process, or was it?
It was, actually no, it was surprisingly quicker than I expected. In fact, I think I was the first person cast, which is interesting. But I remember having a chemistry test with Frank and saw Cliff in the audition.
Chemistry test? Wait, what is a chemistry test?
You know, like a chemistry read.
I've never done a chemistry read.
So a chemistry read is where you...
They put you in a beaker and like pour something in the
they
other
see
end.
what kind of pheromones you have. And
you're all smelling,
your
sniffing
kind of
each other. You're all,
composition. You got a little too much H2O going on. It's basically when there are characters that are going to be interacting a lot or have a prominent role, they want to get a few of them together and see which actors kind of work off each other the best way. And you kind of get a feel for maybe what combination of actors you like best, and whether they're kind of right for the part, I guess, ultimately.
So you did yours with Frank?
Yeah, I did mine with Frank, and he kept calling me in the audition Alycia, and I thought, maybe just Frank's really, really method, because when I read the sides, the character was called Ashley, which I thought was really interesting. So I didn't know until way after the chemistry test that the name was actually Alycia. How interesting that.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, but yeah, it was cool. So I met Frank like really early on in the process, but I did an initial audition, and then you kind of go through the motions, which is maybe a callback and then a chemistry test and then a test in front of all the executives, which is incredibly nerve-wracking. I don't know if you did that, but
I didn't. It was strange. It was like you're saying. It didn't seem like it took a lot of time. It was like mine was a self-tape from home.
Yeah.
And the next, I had an offer.
That's amazing.
And it was like only because
you were just perfect.
No, I was the only person I could find.
It's all right. You
why.
don't have to deny it.
They were like, well, I guess this guy.
Well, I guess this is all we have. Fine.
Okay, Alycia, who is the funniest person in the cast?
Coleman, obviously.
Oh my God, that's from Alice in the UK.
Easy, done.
Oh, sweet, that's really sweet.
He is. Coleman's the funniest. Actually, Kim has an incredibly wry sense of humor.
Kim is really funny. She's surprisingly funny. Yeah.
She's quick too.
Yeah.
I can't keep up.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
keep saying some more.
Yeah, you keep talking. Okay, Coleman, do you think you'd be as calm as Strand if this happened in real life? From Gina Lane, UK.
The strangest thing is that I think I would, because I think naturally I get very calm when things are really out of control. I go to the center place.
I'm the complete opposite.
Really?
Yeah.
You like strip down naked and run out screaming?
Pretty much.
Okay.
No rational thoughts come to mind. I am absolute hysteria.
Really?
A little bit, yeah. But then it's out of the way and it's done, and then I can refocus, regroup, and I'm okay. I just like have to get it out.
Wow.
Yeah. But that's good to know. So I'm just going to stick with you.
Just stick with me.
I mean,
I'll take care of you.
And then I'll get you through after.
But I'm like Nurse Ratched when people are like a little crazy. I'm not the warmest. So maybe that's a little extreme in a way. I'm not the warmest.
Yeah.
I'm like calm down and I get a little angry.
No, but that's good.
Yeah.
Because you're like focused.
Like, cut it out.
And yeah.
That's not going to get us anywhere.
Ready for what's to come. That's good.
Well, let's see. How about this for Alycia? What would you choose? Surviving and being reunited with your family, or love with Jack? That's from Nutnichka Nirotanan, Bangkok, Thailand. I'm sorry if I messed up your name. What would you choose? Surviving and being reunited with your family, or love with Jack?
What would I choose, or
yeah, what would you choose?
Oh my gosh!
It could be the you.
I
Well,
mean,
it sounds like Alycia.
It sounds like Alycia. I mean, I feel like she
Yeah.
already. I know which Alycia. I feel like she already made up her mind. I think she. There is no, as much as it would have been interesting to see where that could have led with Jack.
Heartthrob Jack.
And pardon?
Heartthrob Jack.
Heartthrob Jack, exactly. I feel like there was actually no rational, like, way that was going to happen.
It was love in the time of cholera.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, but even then, I think my whole, like, what I loved about doing that was that those 2 episodes was that it was ambiguous and that you didn't know if they were using each other to get something more, or if, she did sort of have a lapse in just needing someone there and was kind of pulling from heartstrings of the past and longing for something that just no longer was. But I think, in any circumstance, like, and I feel the same way. I mean, for a guy that had taken me hostage and that I'd known for 2 days, I'd probably pick my family.
Good choice. Good choice. I think it's
even
good.
if he does have great hair.
I support that message.
Thanks.
Great. So what other questions we got?
Because I'm a really sophisticated individual. Coleman, have you liked filming in Mexico? Elizabeth from Mexico.
Okay, everybody. Okay, get closer. Mexico is awesome. I love filming in Mexico. People are good.
Yeah.
The climate's fantastic. The food is incredible. It's sophisticated. It's sexy. It's you can go high and low and everything about it's really pretty awesome, right? Am I right?
Oh, totally.
We just really love it.
But you lapped Mexico up.
Oh yeah, I love Mexico.
Yeah, you really, really.
Like I'd marry Mexico if I could.
No, Mexico's beautiful.
Is it weird to have the same name as your character, Cindy Pazatis in UK?
It does get confusing sometimes, Cindy. It does. I didn't think about it too much when it started, so it doesn't really bother me, and I kind of like it spelled differently, so I feel like it is a bit different. But yeah, it became more of a thing than I actually had anticipated.
We have time for one more question, you guys, okay? You guys have been great. This has been great and fun.
Thanks
all
so
right?
much.
Okay. I will ask you, what should be the question? This question should be, how do you see your character evolving now that Nick is no longer around and she is the main support for their mother? That's from Victoria Lacerda in Brazil. Okay,
that's a great question. I think that when Nick left in episode 207, I feel like there's a sense of relief for Alycia, and it may be the first time that her mother can see maybe that Nick did make his choice, and that it's her and her mother now, and that they're in it together. And so there's maybe a sense of rekindling something that has had a lot of tension previously. But I think, yeah, Alycia now has to step into her own now that Nick is gone, and that there's not a priority of having to always worry about him. I think she can kind of let that go. Obviously, Madison might have a little bit of a harder time.
But it's certain things you can let go of now because you have to move forward.
Yeah, and she can finally spread her wings and realize her full potential.
You hear that? Heard it from the horse's mouth, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there we go. And we're going to wrap this up, right? That was our last question.
Yeah, well, that was our last question.
Right?
I'm sorry. I wish we could keep going. I mean, we've got such a beautiful tea set up
I know.
here.
We'll have some tea here.
We're
And
gonna
you guys
eat
have
it.
It's about tea time there, too, so have some tea wherever you are. Doesn't matter if you're in Brazil or America, just have some tea.
Yeah, and don't forget, there are brand new episodes of the Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead premiere around the world next month.
When?
And ours, the first premiere episode is on the 21st of August in the US, and then in Latin America. And in Latin America, and then August 22nd for everyone else.
And hold on, Spain, we're coming. We'll be there in 2 days, Spain. All right. See you in Madrid in 2 days, right?
I can't wait.
Right. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Sending you hugs and kisses.